All right. You all hear me all right? Yes? Okay. Well, welcome, everybody. So always with meditation is we start with finding your seat. And I think it's important to remember that finding your seat, and I say it a lot, and I'll probably always say it a lot, is that your seat is never the same, right? So the physical seat is always going to be what is comfortable in the moment. So what worked yesterday or even 10 minutes ago might not work now. So I want you to find the seat that makes sense right now. And whatever position that is, props that you need, furniture that you need, I want you to have that. And then also in a mental place or an inner space way it's the same thing, is that the seat that you take to move into meditation, the door you take to, the way it feels moving into meditation is not the same from moment to moment or even from breath to breath. So don't look for the experience to be like it was last time. Don't look for the experience to be like it has been any time before. Because the space that is meditation will always be relatively the same because it is that infinite space. But how it feels moving into it is different. So finding your seat means finding where you are right now. So as you settle into your physical position, let your eyes close for a moment and just start to examine what there is in this moment to feel. Because that's where we start. As we start from, where is my attention focused? What's going to be what calls me out of meditation because there's something that I'm trying to resolve? Where is my body feeling like there's a need to relax? Because meditation is never to ignore what our experience is, but it's to widen our perception, our awareness, so that we are experiencing not just this moment through the body and through the mind, but that becomes a container for feeling that much larger space where everything is possible beyond what your focus has been on. Noticing the quality of your breath. Is it shallow? Is it fast or short? Is it uneven? Without trying to change it into something else, can you just by noticing feel that you can relax now that you've noticed the way things are? And in that relaxing, that there's nothing I need to change, the mind starts to expand. The breath starts to soften, ease fully. That part of meditation that is completely accepting what is in the moment. There's no escaping that happens. It's often referred to as simple mindfulness. Your mind is full of here and now. And that by not seeking to change that, we create a state of relaxation, of expansion. And where there is distraction, then you bring your attention there. You experience fully the tension of your jaw. And by experiencing it, feel it maybe soften. Is it a reminder for your entire practice when the mind gets distracted that there is nothing that you need to be changing for this practice to happen, for meditation to happen? You're widening your awareness. because this moment, it includes everything that you're already thinking and feeling, and it includes the infinite connection of all things. So that infinite connection of all things is just underneath, just behind whatever the more immediate experience is. You can let yourself sit and not even believe that you are meditating. You're just letting your mind become so full of here and now that there's nothing to run to, nothing to run from. The awareness expands, the mind's understanding of itself expands. Those side benefits of meditation is truth can bubble up from inside. Simply because there's space now for it to be present. You notice your exhale, leaving the nostrils. Allow your mind to settle again into the external space so that your eyes float open. It's often said with mindfulness meditation that you want to go into it or to connect with it in a way that is curiosity, where there's nothing that could possibly be wrong in your mind. But if something is there, you can look at it with curiosity as why is that there? What is that thought doing? So your awareness starts to expand beyond just what you assume something is because of how it feels. It's an interesting practice. Do a little rolling of the neck. And letting the neck come to stillness. And if you are in a seated position where this is possible, just rotating your pelvis a little bit or rotating your ribcage around your pelvis. So doing little spirals with your spine. If you're not in a position where that makes sense, you can do a little cat-cow, just arching and curling your spine. So you're just moving a little bit of space into your structure. Good. Move yourself the other way if you're doing those spirals. Nice. I've been thinking about this stubbornness that we have, right? That separation that we have between this is what I have felt, this is my individual experience, and then there's that space that I know that is beyond that, but how do I get there? How do I merge the two? So that feeling of stubbornness for me seems to cement itself a lot in the lower back and pelvis. So we're working with that just a little bit today. I'm going to give you a mudra in a few minutes that we're going to work with to help with that. So, but first we're going to do what's considered almost a little bit of a traditional breath sequence. So we're going to start with Kapalabhati breathing because we are in allergy season. So the idea is that we are pumping the navel to move prana and to release where there is accumulated things in the mind. And then that's going to move into alternate nostril breathing for a few minutes, and then into, again, just seated, letting the mind go inward. So how that starts, if you need a tissue with you, because Kapalabhati is exhaling through the nose, so sometimes things get expelled. Make sure you have that. But find your comfortable seat. And then this breath is active exhales through the nose. The inhale happens passively. So it's all going to be pumping the navel on the exhale, pulling in, and then the inhale, again, is a passive breath. So find that seat, and then deep breath in, full breath. Exhaling, full breath. Inhale about halfway, and then you're pumping your navel on the exhales. Go. Exhale all the way. Good. Inhale all the way in. Pause and hold the breath. Relax your shoulders. You're holding a container for the breath, not a tense container, a soft container. And then exhale the breath all the way out. Let the breath return to normal for a moment. Good. And then we're doing the same thing again. So deep breath in. Deep breath all the way out. Breathe in about halfway, and then pump the navel on the exhale. Go. Exhale all the way out. Inhale all the way in. Pause and hold the breath. The prana has a chance to actually flood into the cells. Then exhale the breath out. Return to normal breath. The breath is called skull shining. So as you do it, if you feel a little tingling through your sinuses, that's normal. And one more round, inhaling the breath fully. Exhaling the breath completely. Inhale, breathe in halfway, and pump the navel. Exhale, go. Exhale all the way out. Breathe all the way in. Pause and hold the breath. Again, not with the sense of restriction, but with the sense that you are flooding your cells with prana. They're absorbing what you're holding. And then exhale all the way out. Good. And then we're coming into alternate nostril breathing. So if you're familiar with this, you don't need to open your eyes to look. But if you're not familiar, open your eyes so you can see me. You're going to bring your right hand up in a loose fist in front of your face. So you're extending your thumb, pinky, and ring fingers. First two fingers can either be at the space of the third eye or folded in towards the palm, whatever you prefer. And then you're breathing in. And then you're taking your thumb to the right nostril, breathing out through the left. And then breathing in through the left nostril, closing off with the ring finger, exhaling through the right. Good. Then inhaling through the right, closing off with the thumb, exhaling through the left. Inhaling through the left, closing off with the ring finger, exhaling through the right, and continue. Good. If you are visualizing the breath, then you can visualize it spiraling down the spine on the inhale in one direction. Excuse me. And then it spirals up the spine on the exhale with the other direction. You're creating this constantly circulating spiral. But if you forget what nostril you're on, just begin again. Kapalabhati is to clear cobwebs in the mind. That's how it's said. Clearing congestion in your thoughts and in your breathing capacity. Strengthens the navel. An alternate nostril is to bring balance to a mind that may be overworked or understimulated. That mindfulness is more potent. Mind has fewer distractions and it can actually really expand into the moment that it's in. About one more minute with this breath, but just keep letting your breath spiral up and down the spine. While part of you is focused on doing the breath, let the rest of your mind just be absorbed in here and now. What is there to feel? Twenty more seconds. Next, exhale through the right nostril. Let the hand drop down to your lap. Let your breath return to normal. Notice again the quality of your mind, qualities of your breath. Not in a comparative way, just in a fully absorbed. What is the fullest extent of your awareness? The thoughts are there, and your awareness goes beyond that. Your body is here, it feels what it feels, and your awareness goes beyond that. There's the room that you're in, your body and your awareness goes beyond that. There's your entire past that your mind keeps track of, and your awareness goes beyond that. And you keep with your breath expanding to that point where you find where there is no further that your awareness can expand. You find the complete edge. And nothing that is included in that needs to be changed. Keep looking for the edge. I am aware. I'm undisturbed by whatever my conditions are, by whatever my identity is, whatever my circumstances. They are what they are. My awareness is beyond that. And bring your attention back to your breath. Container of the breath, the body. Receiver of the breath, the mind. And let the eyes float open when you're ready. Fun, right? So I have a mudra for you that it's Shakti mudra. So Shakti is the creative energy of the universe. It's said to be the feminine, not female, but feminine energy of the universe. So it's what creates everything. It's what creates your body. It's what creates your mind. This is the essence of who and what you are. This is what awareness is. Or it's all of those circumstances that can be distractions. It's all Shakti, right? It's one energy. So this mudra is referred to as the inner home. So it's how to bring yourself to a sense of clarity about where you are in the here and now, or that's how I'm interpreting it anyway. So what it looks like is these first two fingers are going to fold in, and your thumb is going to, their first two fingers are going to wrap around your thumb. So your thumb comes in towards your palm, pointer finger and middle finger fold over, and then you're going to bring the tips of your ring and pinky finger together like a little pyramid, and the backs of your first two fingers are going to be touching. Yes? So we can go over that one more time. So with hands open, thumbs in towards the palms, first two fingers fold over. Bring the backs of those fingers together, and the tips of your ring and pinky come up like a little pyramid. Yeah? And then you can have that held just at the heart center. Yep. So whatever is comfortable with the elbows, just let them relax. And then I want you to breathe consciously into your bowl of your pelvis. So with your eyes, they can close, but I want you to bring that spiral of energy again, just as you imagined before, that the breath moves in a spiral through the spine. So bring that spiral of energy down into the bowl of your pelvis. And to really imagine that that's what it is, that your pelvis is like a cradle. Your pelvis is a open vessel. So as the breath drops down, you can imagine the prana moving with it, that prana moves to fill that vessel. Like filling a bowl with water, like filling a bowl with light. You're holding the mudra. This is your inner home. You are made of Shakti. The same energy that is outside of you as anything that you can perceive is the same energy that is inside of you. There is no separation, outer world, inner world, it's the same. There is no separation, individual self, cosmic self, it's the same. All Shakti. You're breathing consciously, deeply into the bowl of the pelvis. Holding the mudra very softly. Examining that experience of your inner home. It's your own creative force. So how freely it moves in you. It's going to influence how freely it feels that you can move in your life. Wherever there is the experience of shadows, you fill it with light. Wherever there is the experience that you're not full yet, that bowl of the pelvis is not full yet, keep breathing prana into it, keep breathing breath into it. Shakti is infinitely renewable. As much as you need, it's yours. Breathe it in. As much creativity as you need to keep reforming your life over and over again, it's yours. Breathe it in. You start to feel that this body and this mind is a temple for the soul, or it's a container for that infinite self. There's no separation. And there's no work to do in meditation. It's just absorbing yourself in that knowledge. It's absorbing yourself in that energy that runs through everything. Shakti. As you are breathing, this mudra helps to bring you into awareness of that energy so that you can know that you are it, become it. As the next exhale releases, drop the hands down to the lap, palms open. Notice the quality of your breath, quality of your mind. The essence of Shakti is that it is always in motion, it's always changing. But it's also always complete. It's changing form over and over again, but its wholeness is never disrupted. You start always where you are. Quality of your breath, the state of your mind, the experience of your body. It's all Shakti. So wherever it is that you start, that's the door in to that infinite space that is meditation. The door in is different every moment. The energy itself is always whole. You are always whole. Meditation is simply the state where you are absorbed in the wholeness instead of following the changes. Get really good at observing. By observing, you will fall into meditation, no work required, no circumstances that have to be correct. The next exhale releases. Maybe wiggle your fingers just to remind yourself you have fingers. Let the eyes float open when you are ready. Bring your hands together in front of the heart center. Give a bow to your own heart, because it's important that to sit down to meditate means that you know that you matter. That it matters to you, that there is something beyond the limitations of this is what I can do today, or this is what I feel this moment. Meditation at its core is really an act of love. And if you treat it that way, then what you will receive from it, no matter if it's a good meditation, quote unquote, or a not very successful one in your mind, is what you will receive from it is that feeling of increasing wholeness. And that's just truth revealing itself. So a big dropping into your heart that it matters that you care enough to sit and practice. And then slide the thumbs up to the space between the eyebrows. Namaste. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to unmute you. You can tell me how that went.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It was good.
Thank you.
Trying to keep you entertained.